Hello Taurus, it is time for your January reading, and I got a specific request to do this reading. So I've already got your cards pulled, and I've made a decision that I'm going to go ahead and continue to use the Vice Versa Tarot for all my readings, unless I get a specific inclination, request, or message to use something different. I've got all your cards pulled, so we'll just go ahead and get into it. We start off with the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Swords in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Cups, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Fool in reverse, Temperance in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, the Six of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. Now, you may have noticed that 4 of these cards are cups. We have 1 sword, 2 pentacles, and 3 major arcana. So this, and of course, this is a current situation, I'll put it that way. We also have Cancer showing up here as the Crab on the Knight of Cups, and again in the Hermit in reverse. So there's a lot of fear and doubt in this situation. There's also a Cancer sign. Again, this reading is for Taurus. And then we also have Temperance, which is Sagittarius, showing up here. But I am going to go back and walk through the story of kind of what's going on. So we have the Knight of Cups to begin with, and you can see his back is turned on this fear and doubt. This is an emotional situation, but there's also logic to this situation, which is, again, got their back turned. Now, so this Cancer, this could be, of course, there's Cancer in the situation, but it's not necessarily a Cancer person turning their back. So this is Taurus, or the person that Taurus is dealing with, turning their back on a situation. There's both logical and emotional reasons, but also with the 2 knights here, there's a lot of movement in this situation. It's not just movement, it's enthusiastic movement, it's eager. There's kind of a pace going here. And I kind of want to say, like, there's birds here, maybe sparrows, but I want to say if wishes were horses, which is interesting because there's this saying with if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. And then we have the 5 Pentacles here with this beggar here being left out in the cold. Someone's definitely been left out in the cold in this situation. We also have the King of Cups here with the back turned. It's like, oh, and he's got the fish on there, which is a reference to Pisces. So it seems like this Cancer, so I'm guessing this is a water sign because we've already got Cancer and Pisces. I don't see anything Scorpio, but I'm probably, because there's so much water on the board, there could also be a Scorpio involved. And then we have this situation where he's looking at the 9 of Cups here, and he's like there's this grand palace in the back. He's got everything, just about everything, right? Because he's got that 9 of Cups, but he's still wanting more. And someone's been left out in the cold. And he's playing with a dice, actually. It's very hard to see, but he's rolling a dice here. And he's got crutches. It's like nothing, I'm not responsible for anything. It's all in the luck of the draw. Wow. So, Taurus or cross watcher, if you're dealing with someone who's like, hey, I'm not responsible for anything, it's all in the luck of the draw, but there's kind of either you're turning their back on them, they're turning their back on you. That seems to be what this situation is. But it's also like, it's funny because these seem like opposites, but they are not. It's like we have the prince or the king here who has everything and wants more. And we have the pauper here who has nothing and feels that that's just by chance. And that is the same energy. It is opposite and the same. We have the fool here with the back turned. He's also dropping petals. He loves me not. He loves me not. Turned his back on his guides here. And he's about to walk straight up off a cliff. There's this, it looks like a crown and a cup on the ground. But he's chasing a dream over here. In this situation, where this is a romance situation, it seems like these are, well, I mean, these are all sitting next to each other on the board. So, it can honestly be that this person is going back and forth between, I have everything I want, I just need one more thing, and I have nothing, and that's not my fault. We then have this temperance energy, or Sagittarius. The lion is strength, right? Or Leo. And the eagle is also a symbol of strength and wish fulfillment. I actually had temperance come up in another reading. I believe it was my Pisces reading. And we also have the lilies showing up here on the front. And I think something that I had said in there was you have to basically about being responsible with your own energy and not depleting yourself to make other people happy. And I feel like that's where this is coming from, of you have to know when to turn your back on a situation. If it's depleting your energy, you can't fill you cannot fill from an empty cup. Temperance. You give and you give as much as you can, and when you can't give from a healthy space anymore, you have to stop, because you can't fill from an empty cup. So you don't want to pour out till your cup is empty into someone else's. When your cup is empty, this person will turn their back on you. It's not their fault. Again, with the doubt and the insecurity and the worry here. Here's the resolution. So because of the way that we have the Fool placement and we have the Hermit placement, the solution to this is simple. This is either for Taurus or Taurus cross watcher. The Hermit. Do your inner work. Oh, and I said there's probably Scorpio on here. There's snakes on here. And for some reason, I know Scorpio is scorpion, but I also associate Scorpio with snakes. So this is cross watchers, probably Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, potentially Sagittarius, but I feel like that's also more so in this case. You cannot fill from an empty cup. Be temperate with your energy. So it's Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Whoever this is, you need to do your inner work. You can't fill from an empty cup. If you are, so, and this reading is definitely, there's an empty cup and there's a full cup. And there's the imbalance of power. It has to equalize the frequency. So either you are both good, one's gonna come down and one's gonna come up to meet, one's gonna come down to meet the other, or one's gonna come up to meet the other. There's gotta be a balance of energy. So you get to choose which one that is. From the Six of Cups, here, we can see the imbalance of power so clearly, and it shows masculine and feminine. So it seems like this could be a representation of the power dynamic. But this could also be, it reminds me of like when there's a mermaid in water and she's like singing her siren song and she lures someone to their death. It's like these are your options. You go and do your inner work, or you become the siren. And the person on dry land can walk away at any point in time until they get into the water. Which person do you or cross-watcher want to be? I mean, if you're cross-watching, then I feel like you know what you need to do. If you're not this person. If you are this person, you also know what you need to do. And Taurus, if this is the person who's cross-watching you, or if you are saying, boy, that's the person that I'm dealing with in this situation, then you also know what you need to do. But also think about it from this perspective. If you're attracting this kind of relationship or this kind of vibe, what inner work do you have to do to distance yourself from that person, to make it clear that they are not welcome in your space, that you don't welcome any kind of energy vampirism, be it like vampirism or succubi or anything of that nature. Like, you have to say, hey, anybody who's coming into my space to feed off of my energy, you are not welcome here. We then have the Three of Pentacles, which is completing work. And there's also like love here at the bottom in the rose, but it's not really being regarded. And this is all very shadowy. There's also a triangle here, which seems to suggest another well, there's three, so it's 3 and 3. So definitely check your angel numbers. 33. And I am going to clarify this card in this context, because it seems like we're given two paths and then this outcome is not clear. So this could be also like you have been working on something. You have like personal development and personal growth, and this is a test. Like you are about to move through a cycle, and usually that's indicated by 9s. Speaking of which, the 9 of Wands, balance, being wounded, having gotten through a fight, and coming through on the other side. You're wounded, you're injured, but you're whole. That is what this 3 is. This is you fighting through that last battle and coming out on the other side. So this is the end of a cycle for you. Taurus, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.